Yeah, I've talked to him in the past about ice climbers, and I can just tell that like he knows the ins and outs of every setup this character has, and like he knows like which ones are more viable. Like he was telling me that like there's specific setups that they can only do a smash stick, but he uses tilt stick because it's better in neutral for the desyncs in neutral. And like I had no idea, you know, and like just like that's just the level of mastery and knowledge that he has of that character.
Yeah, man. So many layers to the character.
And then with Subwhich, I mean, this whole weekend, Subwhich has like impressed me, especially in like her advantage state. I think off hit she's really, really good, and like she's able to get these really good confirms that like I've seen so much Greninja, and honestly, I'm pretty impressed with.
Yeah, and you know, there's always with invitational style, there's always like the quote unquote doubters, like, oh, why did they get in? Why did they get in? Subwhich showing that she belongs in a bracket of this caliber, like definitely like competing hard and like really, you know, taking some games off. I never thought she would take a game from Z3. Like she is so good in that matchup. Like we have a local Gren that has never even gotten close to beating her. Just showing her like the level that she's bringing to the table now. But I do believe this is going to be a challenging matchup in a lot of ways. Obviously with the kind of these cutscene characters, these combo characters, you know, they can struggle to separate the climbers. And like when they usually get these combos, the 30 to 50%, you know, unfortunately they have to worry about the other climber interrupting.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
it can be difficult.
Yeah, in my opinion, though, I feel like Greninja is an interesting case because like he does have the jump high and the ability to just kind of the circle camp Ices. I think that's a really good option to have if you're playing against these kind of like more grounded touch of death-esque characters, right? But the big thing about Greninja, and it's very similar to like a Wario, is that like he eventually has to get in. Eventually he has to do a dash attack. Eventually he has to, you know, maybe nair in, forwarder in. Like you're not going to be getting a lot of mileage off of just like throwing out shurikens, you know, and like, and that aspect, like if Subwhich does get in, she's gonna have to make so much money off of that. Like she's gonna have to like push her advantage really hard and just separate the climbers, make every hit count, because like you're not gonna have a lot of opportunities where you can get honest hits on that character and not be in risk of potentially getting like touch of death or like put in a really awkward situation.
Well, luckily Fair and Bear in particular are great tools against the climbers at disadvantage, right? Because like especially when you separate them, that active Bear can just cover so much space in that horizontal area.
Yeah.
Oh, but we have actually an interview with Subwhich, so we could, you know, like I said, find out a little bit about her and her story, and definitely will be interesting.
I hate snakes so much. Bro, just grenades and I die.
Oh my god.
Roy. I do love beating up Roys. You kill them at 0. You just dash back air, and they're dead. It's awesome. And then you just hydro pump.
Oh my gosh.
Pretty cool.
Dude, it's so funny. They all hate Snake, all the Greninja players. Like
Who's to blame, man? Who is to blame for that?
And it's so funny, you know, Van, our boy, is always like, oh, nah, and no, Greninja beat Snake. You suck. Yeah. He would always just tell that to our Gren players.
Believers,
just to aggravate them, bro. I love Van. Shout out to Van. Actually working on some production right now.
That is interesting, though, that she mentioned that Roy was her favorite matchup.
Yeah.
Which I guess in that case, like Greninja does have the right buttons to be able to combat Roy and a little bit more disjoints to be able to like space him out a little bit. It's one of those matchups that's definitely frustrating for a lot of other characters, but that's one thing that we don't really talk about with Greninja, that he can go toe-to-toe with a lot of those type of characters.
Yeah, Greninja is like surprisingly like a really good counter pick character in some ways. I think he's really good against a lot of the like swordy like archetype kind of characters. Characters like Palu, characters like Cloud, like Roy Crom, like those type of characters, which are really prominent in the meta, I'll be honest. And I think that makes him like pretty good, but like he also just like struggles against like Fox, Diddy, Bayo, and like those characters all pretty prominent as well. So it's like, you know, you'll run into some good matchups here and there, like some more normal characters, and you fight a Diddy Kong and he pulls banana, and you're like, well, I can't be on the ground anymore. So
yeah, covering up that space that Greninja needs to occupy on the ground is really important, and I think that's going to be a big key for this matchup too, because while Greninja does have the right buttons and the right things to be able to separate the climbers, it seems like he's going to be pretty susceptible to a lot of these touch of death combos if Scythe finds his way in, which we know he loves to do. We all weekend long we've been hearing nothing but the C-Stat guys saying Squall every time. Every time he goes in with the side B. So, you know, we know that he's going to favor that, and that might throw Subwhich for a loop because Squall is probably going to be a little bit difficult to deal with on shield as Greninja. Greninja doesn't have the best out of shield options, so shield pressure is going to be a big aspect in this too.
Oh yeah, when the climbers are on top of Greninja, it's going to be pretty rough. Like you said, little to no options. You just got to abuse that jump height and the mobility, get the hell away.
Yeah, you just got to reset, you know? Like, some characters have the option, like a Game & Watch, to, like, up you out of shield. Be okay, you know, he's chilling. But, like, Greninja, that's just not the type of character Greninja is, you know? But you have that jump height, so you got to make the best use of that, right?
Yeah, but I do love to see Greninja play. I think at the top level, the character is essentially missing. I mean, we used to have the JWs, who was Schroeder's?
Schroeder's, Vinny as well.
But, like, the character is not as common in top play, so it's nice to see them here.
Yeah. Definitely falling out of the meta a little bit in terms of prominence, but I don't think that speaks to the strength of the character.
No, I think the character is a very... I have a lot of experience with Greninja, and I think the character is like just a solid high tier character.
Yeah.
I think you can probably win a major with Greninja. You might run into some bad matchups, like I said before, but like I said, there are matchups where that character can really shine, and you know, with a good bracket, I really think Greninja could win a major straight up. So
yeah. No, absolutely. The character's got all the tools.
Well, we'll see if Scythe can make some moves here, man. I mean,
for sure.
I think Scythe has a capability from the aspect of the unfamiliar matchup with Ice Climbers, but also Subwhich has a capability with such a strong character as Greninja that you can really make some moves in this bracket.
Yeah.
There's a lot of room to grow within this bracket for people to really get far, and it's kind of a toss-up to say who's really going to, like, for the most part, we can figure out who's going to be, like, top 4-ish space. Like, we have a pretty good idea. There's some candidates that we know are very strong, but whenever you start to talk about, like, the top 6, the top 8, like, it is a little bit of a toss-up. You don't know who can really make those moves.
Yeah. Like, the top level of Texas, it's hard to contest with, you know, the Shacks, the Mutes, the Limas of the world.
Right.
I mean, they can go down. It's just how likely that to happen. But like you said, that 4 to 8 area, I think, is a lot more, like I said, doable for a lot of these players. As we can see here in this bracket, some of these matchups that are coming up, we have some in city, you know, Ray Waltz. That's a common one.
That's unfortunate, man.
Yeah, it is unfortunate, but that's just, sometimes how the cookie crumbles, man.
Yeah, you put yourself there, to be honest. You know, maybe some sets you should have won, maybe some that were just a little bit too close. But yeah, having to go against each other first round of losers is a little bit unfortunate. But other than that, seeing Ruski Shiny on the other side of that too, and then Newport versus Toast as well in our losers top 16. Some of these seeds are expected, sort of, you know, just by the numbers, expected to be down here, but there are some that it's a little bit surprising to see starting out on the loser's side.
Yeah, if you would have told me both Ray and Waltz were on loser's side, that definitely would have surprised me from day one, because both of those players are so experienced, so strong.
Right, and even Shiny, too. I mean, he's the 8th seed. That's, you know, by the numbers, you expect him to be starting in the winner's side, but he did have a couple of rough matchups going into this, and unfortunately fell a little bit short to starting in the winner's side and now having to go against Ruski to start things off in losers.
All right, finally, we start out the final bracket of Texas Reverie.
Here we go. We're going to start with Scythe versus Subwhich, Greninja versus Ice Climbers.
I have a feeling this is going to be a hot set. I have a feeling.
Oh, yeah. No, I think Subwhich is going to really bring the offense and try to match the pace of Climbers, which is going to be pretty difficult. Or she can, like I say, play that defensive style. It will be interesting to see what she opts for, is because Greninja, a very versatile character, and offense and defense. So we'll see which her option select is the start of this game 1.
Now, off the bat, already on the platforms, not engaging.
Yeah. Subwhich needing to stay high is super, super important here.
Yeah, the ground is lava. You got to play like that. Usually, as Greninja, you're making the other player feel like that.
Right. Yeah. But you do have the capability to stay above. Again, like we were talking about with the jump height, just stay away if you can vertically.
Yeah. And having the ability to just react to that squall with a dash back, right? I think it's huge. So some characters that lack mobility, they just have to shield the squall and let the climbers pressure for free.
Yeah.
So that's good that Greninja has the tools to at least whip punish that.
Oh man, one up tilt and that's already a big damage. Even though it's just a 2-hit combo, it's already just so much.
Exactly. Okay, gonna squall back. Yeah, the squalls are gonna be all over in disadvantage. It's one of the best tools of disadvantage in the game. But also, Gren can kind of historically struggle in the corner.
Stock.
Wow, great DI to be able to live that.
I was expecting the uppy sequence, but I didn't see that come out.
Okay, yeah, neutral get up down tells a classic Greninja starter to get off the corner. Oh, but unfortunately.
That's good stock there.
Yeah, you don't expect the climbers, you want to throw out those projectiles, maybe just stuff them out, but I mean, Scythe is used to that, right? He's used to players just kind of mindlessly.
Oh, we got D6.
Wait.
Oh, we got D6.
Oh, the footstools.
We're starting out hot.
That's the stock, and that's the stock.
We are starting out hot.
Texas Reverie, first set of the day, and we got it, essentially 0 to death. Scythe is not messing around, man.
Man, and that is a huge lead to take in this game already. for Scythe.
Yeah,
God, such a devastating combo, man.
Yeah, I mean, we saw how he got here is you doing that to everybody in Texas in the Interstellar.
Literally.
Like, literally just went insane. And but
Nice.
up smash, amazing. You know,
Hitting the right climber.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is apparently been proven hard to do this entire weekend for.
Hey, don't ask Ray.
That's great.
That was something to behold right there. Oh, gentleman jab, but of course the other climbers gonna be like, hey, don't mess with my partner now. I'm here, bro. Don't you do that.
And again, using the Squall just to be able to get in whenever you see that Subwhich wants to charge that Shuriken. Such a great way to get in from the jump height area.
And as you can see, most players, or most characters, when you drift away with that Squall, like, you can't punish it. But Greninja's fast enough to get in there and actually contest.
Yeah, Greninja has that ground speed and that really, really good dash attack to just cover that area.
Okay, now we have a separation opportunity, but you're going to kind of F-tilt the climber back.
Yeah,
I think that was a
towards the
mistake
other climber. Yeah, not really what you wanted to do.
I think that there's just like a level of situational awareness, like matchup-wise, to recognize that you have the opportunity to do that, to separate them right there.
Yeah, Shurikens can definitely do work in the right spots right
Nice.
there, and the F-smash is going to catch that landing, and we know how hard Subwhich can hit, and with this Greninja ability, she can stay safe for as long as she wants to now.
Absolutely. You're definitely going to expect her to try to stay a little bit back, but if she finds that opening, take what you can with it and try to push it. Otherwise, it's one hit away from dying.
I don't know about those nairs on shield, though. I feel like that's easily punishable by climbers.
Yeah.
That's pretty scary stuff. And now she's at the ledge where climbers
This is
want
so
to.
It
scary.
is.
Like, Icy's back air on shield is so egregiously broken, I'll be honest. And,
Okay, but that bear itself going to pressure these climbers, force a heavy squall. Okay.
Nice.
Low
Okay.
profiling the back air. That was really smart decision making.
Oh!
Oh, man. Sneaking by with that counter, man.
Okay. We have a
Wait.
separation
Okay.
opportunity here.
This is huge.
Wait.
Again, separated.
Oh, no!
Oh, man, just
way.
barely. She had the
Right.
right idea. She separated them. That was her
Yeah.
chance to claim that game, but just one mistake at the ledge costed her that one game. Man, I mean, all things considered, with such a devastating combo that Scythe put out to get such a huge lead, Subwhich was proving to make that nice comeback there. She knows that she's got the right tools to deal with this matchup.
No, yeah, that's a huge shift in mentality. That already shows that she has, the ability to win this set. I mean, most players put in that situation, they just kind of let ice climbers roll you over.
Bro, I fold.
Yeah,
I get hit with that, I fold. I'm sorry, bro.
Like, especially in an environment like this, all the pressure and like that happens to you. But she's-
Yeah, if I'm Subwhich here, I think we have a Scythe interview coming.
Gotta get some
up.
words from Scythe,
Oh
too.
dang, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
we're
probably a
gonna get him.
rainforest. There's a lot more in a rainforest that I can work with, whereas if I'm stranded in the desert, unless someone comes to save me, it's probably over. Pineapple.
Yeah.
Honestly, I agree with him. I mean, you're in the desert. What? You got cactuses? I don't know.
Well, you must have water somewhere. That's the main thing. It's like water.
Yeah, if you don't have water, then GG's, man.
You can't have ice without water either.
I heard we're mostly composed of water. I'm not an anatomy guy, but I heard that's a
Yeah,
thing.
That's
Yeah.
true, Mustang.
I
That
heard
is
that's a
true.
thing, man. Yeah, they
Hey,
should,
science facts from
bro,
Mustang,
dropping the
yeah.
facts, bro. I don't think anybody knew that before I just dropped that.
I think we got some people taking notes for sure.
I'm telling you, bro. Listen.
Well, we know that Subwhich is going to definitely be taking notes from that last game. She know that she had the opportunity to really take that back. She's not out of it by any means. This is totally
Not at
doable.
all.
It's only one game. Brush it off. See how you can make those adjustments.
No, I definitely liked. I think she had her solid game plan. Sometimes you see someone fight climbers, you're like, okay, they have no idea what they're doing. It's going to be pretty rough. I can tell that at least the game plan is solid. She just needs to, like I said, space her stuff a little better, including that last F smash, and
Right.
we can see a different result here.
Yeah, I think one thing, too, that was sometimes a little bit ill-advised in the last game was landing with those nairs. It's a pretty common option for Greninja, but it can be punished pretty heavily if it's not spaced properly.
Okay, but I like the wait on the initial dash attack, just waiting for the Squall or waiting for a defensive panic option from Scythe. I can tell Subwhich playing this very, very patiently at the moment.
One thing that's a little awkward though, when like these kind of like low hit stun projectiles hit Ices, is that it sets up desyncs for them.
Yeah.
So that's something I've noticed personally from like playing Scythe this weekend is like if I shoot a pellet at Scythe, he is ready to do a Squall and like set up these crazy desyncs in neutral that could like potentially like lend to like him getting a grab or like push me off stage.
Also, and I think Squall has some like weird anti-projectile properties. Like it can just go through a weaker projectile if I'm
Sometimes,
mistaken.
yeah.
Yeah, because I was actually playing against Z3's Ice Climbers with Young Link, and like she was going through Fire Arrow with Squall. I'm like, what the heck? But a fully charged Shuriken will get the job done, but you're in,
man.
getting out of the up tilt. That up tilt is absurd for comboing. Like, I don't know, like, percentage window, but, like, it feels like it's always there.
No, yeah, that move is crazy, man.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's kill confirms off of that move too, which
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
really good.
And you mostly see up tilt up air, but there's even up tilt bair on certain DIs as well.
Oh, hitting the wrong climber with that counter, but still, this is a good opportunity for Subwhich. There you go. Nice confirm down tilt into the up smash.
I mean, even though it didn't, that counter initially didn't hit the, the main climber, that's still an amazing way to, like, kill one of the climbers and then be safely, like, be fine. You're not in this situation where you could get hit by the main climber.
And we've seen, like, closing out that Sopo stock is so huge. We've seen Scythe really, like, hold on to those and pulls in the gauntlet. Yeah. Like, his Sopo is no joke now. So
absolutely
taking it out early, you need to do that.
I know. I mean, I swear, like, they lose the side climber and they become One Punch Man. It's crazy.
Now he's beginning to believe. Exactly, like it's crazy because like the pressure, like all the pressure's off you. You're playing essentially the worst character in the game at that point when you lose. So it's like you can feel the other player like, oh wait, how am I losing this situation? It's like this whole other mind game.
They just like become like Fundy's gods. Like they just everything clicks in the moment. They have less to think about. They're not thinking about these like crazy desync setups. They're like, how do I just win neutral with this awful Eskimo child?
Okay, these Squalls doing work at a disadvantage at the moment for our Scythe here, but putting them in bad spots. And okay, that Shadow Sink ill-advised, but actually going to get out of the spot, though. Okay, high recovery. Okay, the B reverse shuriken. Nice catch on the platform there. Scouting Scythe's movement, and another up smash.
I think Scythe went for the down air there, thinking that a Subwhich was going to go for the Nana. But, just ready and just reacted the down air, was ready for the up smash. The entire weekend, Subwhich has been on point with these up smashes, I must say.
Okay. Yeah, these up airs can be hard for climbers to do anything about, right? You have that awkward down air, but landing can definitely be a struggle. You pretty much have to squall down, but yeah, but unfortunately, Scythe's gonna get his own landing with that up smash. Okay, down tilt gonna stuff it out, but yeah, down tilt kind of negative on hit against the climbers. What's interesting, Scythe said to me like when I was playing him, he's like not safe on climbers. Like that's an actual. Ooh. Crazy. These up airs are just oppressing Subwhich at the moment. Suddenly, Scythe's juggle game is really leveled up. Man, the F smashes have been doing major work against climbers all set long. Okay. That V6 setup!
Oh my gosh.
What was that? Like off the freeze, this was so ready.
He's ready for any situation to get a desync.
It's
really
not just like your usual opening for the combos that you see all the time.
Yeah.
Like there's unique situations to put into a devastating combo from many different aspects.
It really just feels like Scythe is just ready for like, no matter the situation, he's like, oh yeah, there's a desync here, and I could maybe just kill you off of one interaction. It's okay,
Right,
maybe.
and it's not the one that you think it is.
And it's not. It's never the one you think. It's never the one you think.
So did he get the up tilt off the icicle, like as they broke free, the up tilt hit and confirmed?
I think so.
Yeah. Which that seems like a classic confirm, right? You can somehow find that up tilt in any way. Like it's just gonna be so devastating to deal with.
But the way to get into that situation is so unique.
Exactly. Yeah. But yeah, Subwhich down 0-2 here, but really is put up a fight. But it looks like Scythe is starting to warm up now. That advantage state is getting crazy at the moment.
Punish game has been really warming up as well for Scythe. Okay. Dropping that one right there.
Yeah, well, even that multi-hit back air might be negative on hit against climbers in some points, which is insane.
Nice. Good separation from Subwhich.
I really want to see Subwhich try to edge guard more. Like, I think in that situation, I think she could have been able to like hit the main climber as as Nana was going up to grab ledge, because the way the up B works, Nana grabs ledge first. So if you interrupt their up B, you can just knock Nana out of her up B, and then she just dies.
Yeah, no, that'd be exactly right. And the thing is too, it's like with Greninja, the character without oh my god, yeah, that down tilt, as we know, is devastating. That angle is insane. Even without the angle, killed that early.
Scythe giving a little shield wiggle.
Yeah, a little shield shimmy.
Okay, here we go. Subwhich though.
Okay, this is a good separation. You have to stop them from getting together to recover.
Yeah, she was just kind of content with throwing water shurikens on stage, but she definitely had the mobility there to get out there and cause something to happen. but now we're going to take 69%, 80%.
Oh my
And
god.
What?
Reading the air dodge down too and punishing that with the forward smash. Scythe is really figuring this out and trying to close it out fast.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you get so bloodthirsty that you want to separate them that you forget, like, Popo's just staying there with the next match waiting for you, right?
Honestly, this entire set, I've been seeing Scythe abuse that. You know, like, seeing that they want to go for the Nana and then being like, okay, well, I'm just going to aerial you.
Man,
And
nice catch on the back air right there, too.
That's the set. Wow.
A 3-stock to end it out for Scythe. Closing that out 3-0, man. That was a super, super impressive showcase for Scythe. And Subwhich, you know, we talked about her efforts throughout all this. She was doing a good job for a good portion of that, but you know that at a certain point it can just escape you. Like, for a lack of a better term, and no pun intended, the Ice Climber snowballing game is pretty crazy, man.
I think characters like that, it's so easy for them to just take momentum off of just like either like a touch of death combo or like a 0 to 90, 80 combo.
Yeah.
And then just hold that momentum. And like, if you play a character like a more neutral based character like Greninja, where you're like kind of like slippery and you're looking for your little openings, like, it's going to be really difficult. You know?
Yeah.
It's going to be really difficult.
You know, one thing I didn't even mention at the start of this game is that Scythe is, comes from Fallout Station, a recent graduate from there. And actually, there's a lot of Greninjas in the region.
There is.
Oh,
so there's
okay.
And
and we could ask him about that right now because he's right here.
Yeah, what's up, man?
Scythe. I was just about to ask you. So obviously, C-Stat's kind of known as the land of Grens, right?
There's definitely a good couple Greninjas in C-Stat.
Okay, you want to name drop some of the homies?
Yeah, so some of the homies, Appalotion Pink and Rafiki Trash Rana are all very solid Greninja players. Who are in C-Stat. Give me a ton of experience. Pink's out here today. Me and him practicing the matchup. I mean, he's got it dialed down better than like literally maybe anyone. So it's really good to practice with him, and it helps prepare me for a lot of the situations that come up.
Yeah, some helpful resources for sure.
I'm assuming you also have a lot of practice with like the Houston Greninjas, you know, here and
yeah,
there.
Passion, I know I've played a couple sets with. He's really solid. Cyanide, I've played some sets with him, but he hasn't gone Greninja yet. But
really?
I'm sure he will, and that'll be a lot of fun.
They use Toon Link usually.
He's gotten some crazy characters. He's got like Fox and
Yeah.
Hero, I think. So, so all kinds of different stuff.
All right, well, good stuff. Scythe did an amazing job here.
Yeah,
thank you.
We're going to see him later in the bracket, of course.